Hello, welcome to my channel. You are listening to and watching the Nasty Nail Tech here on YouTube. I thank you for tuning in to my channel because I know there are many channels out there that you could be watching and you're watching me, so I appreciate it. Today I'm coming to you with a red iguana practice hand unboxing and a little bit of comparison between the red iguana and the other two hands that I own. If you have not already done so, please don't forget to like this video, comment below, share it, as well as subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. I've got most of my press-on nails off. I know my nails look a mess. I have two that are just refusing to come off, and I've been trying not to soak them off because it takes longer, but it looks like I may have to. The other ones, either I was too rough and they popped off, or I just popped them off. So I know my hands look a mess. I don't need you to tell me that. And I was gonna put on gloves, but I have like one glove left. So that goes on my list of things I need to buy, latex gloves. So let's get started. So I'm excited. I tried a couple of different hands before I got to the red iguana hand, because that one's more expensive, but then when I actually purchased it, it wasn't that much, and I think I got some type of discount. They were having, I don't know if it was a birthday sale. It said something like birthday discount in the comments, in the discount code comments when I was checking out. But I would like to do more sets of nails, and I've just been having trouble finding the right practice hand to do that, where I don't feel like I'm going to tear the hand up or the tips are going to keep popping out. So I just like to try a variety until I find exactly what is going to work for me. So let's get to it. So it came today in this adorable little pink box, and it has a marble design on the edge. And let's see. So of course the packaging is beautiful. I'm going to keep this box and put something nail related into it because it's just too cute to get rid of. It has the website when you open it, as well as a little thank you for, it says thank you for purchasing our red iguana silicone practice hand. We appreciate your support. Can't wait to see your creations. I think that's very lovely. And then it comes with another thank you letter, and it has all their social media and ways to contact them, their website, as well as Pinterest, which is social media too. And then on the back, it gives you some tips about do's and don'ts. Please do not do the above things. You may damage your silicone hand permanently. So bending the finger all the way in one direction or the other. Number 3, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's ripping a nail off on number 3. It looks like it because there's some silicone missing. So I guess if you glue it, don't rip it off. Do not rip off nails. Do not bend fingers. Do not use metal pusher to remove nail tips. Do not rush nail tip removal. You may accidentally rip off the silicone. And then these are ways to adhere the nails. So apparently you can glue the tips on if you choose to, but you need to do it with their products, at least their primer or whatever it is. Alrighty, so that's handy. We'll keep that always. And we're gonna open our hand. And so I'm trying to remember the name of the hand that I chose. Let me get my receipt. There's like 6 different ones that you can choose, and I chose Ana Luisa. I think that's how you say her name. So I want to say there's 6 hand skin tones, and I picked number 5 because I wanted one of color that was pretty close to mine. So we'll see how close to mine it is. And then just some tissue paper with a red iguana branding on it. Oh, and it comes with a ring for the practice hand. How cute. We'll just set that to the side. And then, so I have the half hand with the 4 fingers. It looks so tiny. It's so hard to tell how big or small something is, of course, when it's on television. I mean, when it's online. Oh, she's really close to my skin tone. Like I said, her name is Ana Luisa. Gosh, this might be the smallest one I have of the 3. I have 2 other ones I'm going to show you in a second. If I can get her out. So this is Ana Luisa. I think I'm saying her name correctly. Very lifelike. Oh my gosh, it looks just like my hand. Wrinkles and all. Wow, look at that. Okay, there's something stuck to her, some plastic or something. The cuticles are nice and thick. So right off the bat, I like the nail beds, and I like that they're not too small or too narrow. Because when I'm watching videos of other nail techs, or even looking at the websites of these different companies, it seems like the nail beds are either too long and narrow, or they're just so wide. So this is more of an in-between. And let's see if we can get this ring on. So I have I don't know if it's considered bendable. It's not posable. This one's not posable. That one costs a little bit more, because I feel like I can pretty much do what I want to do without necessarily having to pay that extra to pose it. I forget the term that they use. I want to say bendable. Like, she does bend, but posing and staying in position, like while you take a picture, no. So mostly the pictures for this hand will just be pretty flat. Oh, and I've been wanting a ring or 2 for my practice hands, and now I have one, at least for this hand. The color's beautiful. It's lightweight. Look at the wrinkles. Wow, looks like my hand. How cute is that? So yeah, I think this is smaller, definitely smaller than my other 2. I also have the nail tips. I figured I would try her nail tips first from Red Iguana to see if it makes a difference. When I'm watching videos, it just sort of seems like these tips work better than maybe some other ones. Oh, and look, they're even labeled ring finger, pointer, middle. I appreciate it, so I don't even have to play around very much. And I cut my bag open earlier, and I cut this by mistake. I forget how many nail tips are in here. Does it say? No, it just says silicone practice hands. Base nail tips for silicone practice hands for half hand. That's what it says. On the website, I'm sure it says how many tips are in the bag. I want to say 50. I can't remember. So if I can get a tip out, we're going to insert. And I'm wondering if these tips make for a tighter fit, which is also why people really like these tips maybe in this hand. Because my other hands, I bought some inexpensive tips and I just stick them in there. But it just occurred to me today that maybe I should be trying different tips to see if that helps with the sturdiness of keeping the tips on the nail bed. Yeah, I really slaughtered this bag, and now I'm paying for it. So this is the pinky, and it looks pretty big to be the pinky. Okay, now that I've made that mess. And it even has a P on there for pinky. Okay. Now I've seen people put them in the opposite way too. Either way, it's tight. It goes in even further, yeah, if you put them in what would be considered upside down. So here's the middle. I'm wondering if I should sit her up a little bit. Would that help? You guys being able to see what I'm doing. And I do have a stand for this hand that I bought previously before I even bought the hand, for my other hands that I have. But sometimes I do just sit my hand on a stand like this and it works for me. So let's see, this is the middle. I feel like it goes deeper when I put them in, like upside down. Pointer. Let's see. Yeah, because it's wider on the end. So this is the pointer. Yeah, it definitely goes in further when you go that way. And then the ring finger. Oh, I'm ready to do a set of nails already. Look how far that goes in. Like, it goes in pretty far. Here we have it. This is so realistic looking. Beautiful complexion. I love the wrinkles. Look at this. Those are in it nice and tight. Okay, so the first hand that I purchased is, I guess, considered, I don't know if this is considered, no, this isn't considered a half hand. And I don't remember how much I paid for it. You have to go back and look in my old video or something. So this hand came from Amazon. And I want to say I couldn't choose the skin tone. It just came in the white color. I never really used the thumb because, you know, it's just hard to when you're practicing, especially if you're doing a video. So it's just a lot heavier. It's actually not a bad quality at all. See, these are just some tips that I just stuck in there. And they seem to work pretty well. I will say the cuticle is a lot thinner. Not thinner, it's thinner, it's not thin in general, but it's thinner than this. Like this looks like it could take a little bit more pressure. And you know, you can pose it a little bit. It's a lot easier. Move it around. I haven't used this one in a while. And I definitely, you know, keep these because I can, if I'm just doing nail art, then it doesn't matter how well the tips stay in, you know, because I'm not doing very much. It's when I'm doing the gel and acrylic, you know, enhancements, when I'm filing, then I'm really going to need my tips to not move around and pop out, and so on. And then this one, I just decorated these a couple of weeks ago. This is acrylic. It is my attempt at an ombre, and it is also marble. And this half hand is heavier than the red iguana one. Is bigger. The fingers are longer. It is heavier. I bought this from AliExpress, and it's not bad at all. So I had tips on there, and then I glued some longer tips on. But again, the cuticle is not, it doesn't seem like this cuticle is as reinforced and heavy duty as the red iguana. I will say that this one is heavier. I like this hand a lot. But again, I've already got a couple of reps, which I guess eventually it's just going to happen regardless of which hand that you have. But I will say that with the cuticle being thinner on these other two hands, I'm just very, very careful. Like, I think I didn't do a video for this set of nails. I was just practicing, but I do believe I just took them out and filed because I did not want to rip up my practice hand. Yeah, so those are like extra long coffin tips, which I love. But yeah, I didn't do a video for that. So this one's heavier than this one. And then this is the heaviest because it is like a full hand. This one came from Amazon, red iguana, and then this one was from AliExpress. And they're not bad at all. I do like just the reinforced tips, and this is very lifelike looking. Like, this looks very real. Looks like my hand. Let me see. Am I going to attempt to use the stand? So what I do is I have I don't know if this is marble stand. It's a cutting board. It's a cheese, or is it a cheese serving tray or something I got from Target. And that's what I put my stand on. I just hit the camera. So you guys can see it, if you can see it a little bit. So I'll sit this stand on here when I do use it for videos, because I have this mat on when I'm making videos. And let me move this around some. And I can't stick it to the mat, so it has to be on something that's not flimsy, that can take the weight of the hand. But I will say this hand does not weigh very much at all. And this is the red iguana stand, but I just purchased it months ago, like way back when. Sorry for the noise. I wasn't prepared. All right. Gosh, can you guys see that? I'm still too close. Trying to get a good shot. Because I would at least like to glue some tips on here and see how that's going to work. Okay, so now she's on a stand. I have to decide. The thing about these practice hands too is like, oh gosh, when you bend the fingers, they feel really real. Now they don't stay posed at all, but it feels really lifelike. The key is getting the right angle, so you're not just so on top of the nail, but you're still in shot of the camera. Yeah. So maybe I'll glue just one or two on. And what kind of tips do I want to put on there? Oh, Lord knows I have enough to choose from. These are full cover. Let's. All right, let's try these Coffin tips. I've kind of pretty much gotten away from using glue for my tips and just using a base coat. This one is Cody's, just a rubber base I like to use. Kind of gotten into that habit because, you know, sometimes the glue doesn't, and I use the KDS when I do use glue, but you know, sometimes that glue doesn't want to stick and it can be a pain, especially when you're doing nails on yourself. And then it's causing all kinds of issues. You finally get it on there and it's crooked or whatever's going on. So I saw some people using the rubber base and I thought, perfect. And I have way too much of it, so I need to use it up or something. So I'm just removing the shine, just like I would on a client. Mainly the shine at the bottom, just so we can glue these tips on and see what they're looking like. And I may not even do all of them on camera. I don't want this video to be too long. Yeah, see, I like the width of the nail bed. My AliExpress one, sometimes I feel like it's so tiny, like I have no room to file. And I gotta play around with getting the correct angle. Can't use my nail drill because it stopped working. Have you guys had that happen to you where your nail drill stops working? I charged it up. I have a Bell nail drill. I charged it to a full charge. The power box will come on, but the handpiece will not rotate, and I'm hot about it because I paid almost $200 for that nail drill and possibly can't do anything because it's been almost a year as far as a warranty or anything like that. Let's see. Size these up. I think that'll work. So when using a rubber base, like I'm doing, I hope this angle's not too annoying for you guys. Like I said, I have to play around with it and see how this looks afterwards and see, play around and try to get my perfect angle. So we're gonna go in with the nail tip and our LED light. Trying to, I moved it. I never have that happen to me. Alrighty. Goodness. I'm just all thumbs today. Yeah, so my nail drill is a Bell nail drill, and the handpiece stopped working, and I went to their website, and they don't sell the handpiece separately because I was just going to buy a new handpiece, and I purchased it from Amazon, which I said it's been almost a year, so I don't think as much Amazon can do for me. I think you have like 30 days to return it or whatever, and I had it next month to be a year. Alright, so we're just doing the initial cure, and then I normally go in with the lamp for the final cure. Let's see. So what do you guys do? So I did watch a couple of videos, and they were like, well, you're not supposed to take your nail drill apart, but they did. And it's because they're saying, some people are saying with the Bell and some other brands, that it's just dust, filing dust that gets in there. And that makes sense. I try to dust it off on the outside, you know, as I use it. But the problem with that is, if that is what's happening, how are we supposed to get it out? And I'm not a full-fledged, you know, full-time nail tech, so I don't even use that drill that much. So that angers me if that's what's happening. So on the videos that I Googled and YouTubed, they took a pair of pliers and just took it apart. That little, I don't want to say opening, but you can see where you can twist it off at the bottom. You're not supposed to, but you can twist it apart. And I'm thinking about doing that. I have contacted Bell, hoping that somebody would take mercy on me. Like, I didn't buy it from you, and it's been almost a year, but could you replace this for me? I'm waiting to hear back. And if they can't do anything for me, then I'm going to have to take the pliers and try to do what the girl did in the video. She took hers apart and took a clean new brush that she'd never used, like a nail art brush, and just swept out all the dust. And then she had success. So we will see. Because I don't want to buy another one. That's the second time it's happened to me. The last time it was a Melody Susie. But I don't even think the power box was working on that one. It just stopped working on me completely. That's how I ended up with the Bell. And I was hot about it. Like I said, I'm not a full-time nail tech. I do my nails, my daughters, and, you know, my sister, a couple other folks. I'm not using that nail drill every day or even every week. So for it to do that, I was peeved. And especially when you can't just purchase just the handpiece. Now, the Melody Susie, you can purchase just the handpiece. But the handpiece costs almost as much as the full drill. So I was like, well, I just might as well get a new drill. Why would I pay, was it like $50 for the handpiece? And I think I paid like $75 for the whole drill. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm ranting. But if you guys have had that experience with any of your nail drills where the handpiece just stops working, but the box part where it shows you like how many RPMs, it turns on and it works. It's fully charged. But the handpiece just won't click on. And if you were able to fix it on your own or get someone to fix it, especially if you have a Bell, let me know how you rectify that situation. Now see, this is the part you have to be careful not to be up on the skin, just like with a real client. But because we're dealing with silicone, so I'm trying to pull that skin back, and I'm already liking this. Like, everything's in there tight so far. Now, of course, I'll be doing this a little bit harder when I have a product on there, like gel or something. So I'm pulling the skin back like I would with a real client, so I can get that side wall where the natural nail and the tip meets. Let me know if you like this angle. I guess I'll decide for myself when I watch the video back too, and I may have to adjust things. Like I said, this was my first time. using this hand in a video, so I have to find the right placement of the stand and all of that. See, if I had my drill, I would be going across it to blend this in. When I was a full-time nail tech, I developed carpal tunnel. It's a lot better now because I'm not fouling like I used to. And that was just, you know, part of the reason why I had the drill, because I didn't want to, you know, aggravate anything, and it moved things along faster, and I like that. So I'm a little disappointed. Like, my daughter's birthday today, and she wanted her nails done. I'm like, honey, I don't have my drill. I can do it without the drill, but she's very sensitive and tender, and I knew it would be rougher if I just used a file. I'm like, I can do it, but it's not gonna be any drill work, and you can't be hollering about, oh, it hurt. And I was gonna give her some press-ons, because you know you have to blend that cuticle area in. I'm enjoying this so far, guys. It's in nice and tight. See, my other hands, they would have slipped out so many times already. Even if it was just a, you know, an inch or whatever, it would have moved, and so far nothing has moved. So now I'm just gonna take a buffer block and remove the rest of the shine. You know, you don't have to remove the shine unless you're gonna do gel, which I think I'm gonna do gel on these, but I probably won't do it on video. Should I do it on video? Maybe just one. I don't want to make this video really long. It's already 26 minutes. So maybe my next, I'll glue the tips on in the next video and finish with a set of gel nails. Because gel is easier to file down than acrylic, and since I don't have a electric drill to use right now. Yeah, like this is tight. I'm not even holding this part that tight. You know, I usually hold that nail in there. Nice. Now, apparently you can, like I said, glue the tips on there, the natural nail tip, and you have to use their primer or something first, and then Gorilla Glue. But to get it off, you have to soak it in acetone, and I'm not really trying to do that unless I have to. Like, that's just too much. So I might as well just practice on my hand if I gotta soak with acetone. Now I did catch a video last night. I was watching a nail video, and what the lady was doing was she would just file down to that natural nail, and she would leave the tip on there that she had glued as the natural nail tip. She would leave it on there. Now I did message her, or I did a comment, and I asked her, well, how long does that last though? How long can you leave that glued on there? Like, how many sets can you get out of it? So say this is, you know, she's the natural nail, the tip, she puts the product on there, and then she just files it down like you with the drill, like you would on a client if you're not taking everything off, and just leave a very thin layer of gel in the tip there, and then she starts over with a new set. And I was just wondering, how long does that tip stay glued in there? Because that's an option too. If you can get 4 or 5 sets out of it, then cool, you know, that's definitely an option. I didn't blend this in as well as I should have. Yeah, so I mean, this is pretty tight. I'm pulling on it right now, tugging, I should say. Like this, it comes out, so this is acrylic on here, it comes out so a lot easier. Yeah, so I'm a happy camper so far, guys. No complaints so far. I know I need to put an enhancement on there. It'll be gel since I don't have a nail drill to drill down acrylic. Yeah, so like I said, red iguana, half hand, 4 fingers. It's not posable. AliExpress, this one is posable. Am I in frame? Yeah. This one's heavier, and then this one full hand came in the heaviest, and this came from Amazon. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Thank you for watching. God bless.